Hello, everyone. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. That means it's Chat with Mac. We're glad to have you. Thank you to everyone that has been watching our videos. We are increasing our viewership on YouTube. Go figure. So, for those of you that are subscribing and telling people about us, thank you so much. And for those of you that are new to what we do, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, Nadine.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm rested. I'm rested. I'm
That's
good.
good.
I'm good. I'm good. Hey, so I want to talk about something that it might be a little bit controversial or has been, in the world as far as AI is concerned. So Arvind Krishna, who is the CEO of IBM, was saying that over the next 5 years, about 7,800 jobs at the company could be replaced by AI. Now, we kind of knew that at some point, stuff like this is going to happen, especially to add fuel to the fire, as far as people and, what they think about AI. So I was like, Nadine needs to talk about this and address this because I know some people have so many reservations about it. What's your thoughts on this?
Okay, so this is, I guess it's related to IT, but in a way, it's not. This happens every time major change happens
Yeah.
technologically, not just IT related, but any kind of technology, right?
Mhm.
Back when people switched from horse buggies to automobiles, same thing happened, right? Back when people switched from steam engines to, fuel, oil gas engines, same thing happened. So it happens every so often, and every time it happens, it's always, um, and there's two segments, two sects. One is, of course, everything is great. The other one is, oh, doom and gloom, everybody's going to die, and it's the end of the earth. This is not something that we can stop. Eventually, it's going to happen no matter what, whether we go there happily or whether we go there kicking and screaming. It is what it is. Now, um, I agree with, and I don't know, how much percents or how many jobs are going to be replaced, but I do agree that at any company, doesn't matter if they're tech related like IBM or not, there is going to be a major change where a lot of jobs are going to be replaced by AI. What
Right.
that means is that people are going to have to change their roles. They're going to have to get into roles that AI cannot do. So for example, if AI is really great at, let's say, writing something, then people are going to have to choose a different profession, right? So the thing is, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Change is going to happen. Um, like the Industrial Revolution, some people say that the AI revolution is going to be bigger than what the Industrial Revolution was. So if you think about Industrial Revolution, how it changed the world, AI is going to have a bigger impact than that.
I've always believed that you're always going to need the human element in IT no matter what. Yeah, it's just what it is. But how significant a change are you seeing, or your thoughts as part and related to this, where he thinks the AI is going to take over jobs? As far as IT is concerned, do you see that infiltrating to where a significant amount of work that are done by the human element in IT is going to be done by AI?
People who are doing networking, for example, I mean, people who are pulling cable, let's say, basic job, running cables. AI can't do that.
Right,
AI is not going to replace that. But
right.
people who are documenting network settings or, people who are documenting systems, those AI can possibly very easily replace something like that. People who are proofreading documents created by somebody else, AI can very easily replace that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on what segment you're in. Like technical writers, those kind of roles, I think it's ripe for AI to replace. But if if you're more into like setting up servers, configuring VPNs, running cable, those kind of things, really you need to have. We're not there yet. I don't think AI is going to replace that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe down the line, if we have a humanoid robot running by AI on the back end, maybe that can do some of the things, but it's a very niche role. It's almost like in an assembly line, you have robots, but those robots only do one task and they do it very well. So it's that kind of a situation. What's interesting about what the CEO of IBM said is that he's talking about 30% of back office jobs at IBM,
Yeah.
right? 30, that's a big number.
That's a
That's
huge number.
Huge number. Yeah.
That's it.
So it's going to make an impact. I mean, it's going to have some ripple effects, right? It's going to ripple through the world, and it's going to happen. And that's just one company. How many other companies are replacing humans with AI? Because there are so many roles that AI can do better than humans. So yeah, it's if you are in a role that is very easily replaceable by AI, then you need to start training for a new role. You need to now. Of course, the new role could be maybe like if you're a technical writer, instead of just doing technical writing, maybe you can get into training AI to do the technical writing. That's a new role, right? Because once you learn how to train AI to do technical writing, you can train AI to do anything. So that's a new skill set. Now you're an AI trainer person as opposed to just a technical writer. We have a lot of roles in a lot of different industries that AI can't touch.
Things such as the SOC or Security Operations Center and the NOC and things of that nature. Aren't some elements of it being done by machine learning or AI?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, like when our IPS system, the intrusion prevention system that we
Yeah.
have, that's powered on the back end by AI because AI can do things so much better, right? AI can learn from behavior, and once it learns, it knows very fast, and I mean it it can detect much better than a human can when an anomaly occurs. So our IPS system, it learns for a few days, and then once it learns the behavior of people within a network, when something anomalous happen, it stops it. That's how it works. And there are other roles that are very well done by AI, but it's not like we're going to snap our fingers and we're going to plug AI in.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about it's going to take years. I mean, like I think IBM is starting to replace some of those roles, and they're going to reduce hiring to be able to plug in AI. It's going to take them 5 to 10 years until we see the actual change. So it's slowly over time, slowly in a human sense of time, not AI.
I mean, I think a scant 2 years ago, there were these rumblings and little things that we would talk about even here that we were saying would come down the pipe, and then my God, the beginning of this year, it's been light speed, like all this stuff happening, and now it seems like we're just on the cusp of something I guess you can call revolutionary as far as AI and how it handles everyday mundane tasks, be it in IT or being in just the offices, and how that affects efficiency, productivity, what have you. So it's going to be interesting to see how we kind of touched on how it will affect IT operations. I don't know, what someone would think of and say, oh, okay, like you were saying, technical right, or maybe some other operation where they're like, AI can handle it. And if the human element is needed, we get that on backup. It's very interesting to see what else it'll touch, especially in our world. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right now it's changed the lives of developers already. I
Already,
mean,
yeah,
huge impact on developers. I mean, developers who were taking, you know, weeks or months to create code, now they can do it so fast. I mean, in days, like 2 3 days. Productivity has just gone through the roof.
yeah.
Developers who are still holding back and not taking up AI are going to be left behind.
Mm,
There is no question about that, because I mean, a developer who understands what they're doing, they can ask AI to spit out code like, I mean, AI can do that within seconds. Something that will take you days, AI can just, like instant. So, developers are already taking advantage of this, and that's a big change that we are seeing on the, in that one little segment of IT when it comes to
yeah,
developers, right? Huge change, and it's going to impact everything. I mean, even our daily lives. I mean, think about it. Like, instead of, like right now, when we ask Siri something, or when we ask Google something, it is so broken. We have to say things a certain way. We have to, hold our tongue just right. What if all that goes away and we can just communicate in natural language, natural spoken language,
I'm
and the
actually looking
system
forward
can
to that.
understand the context,
Yeah,
right? I mean, it's like, and I don't know why, I mean, whoever implements this in their personal assistant, like in Siri or Google or, Alexa or whatever, whoever implements AI is going to just blow everything apart. I mean, because that's the biggest thing that people have, like, especially like you're driving and you're focused on driving. You just want to ask your phone something, right? You just want to ask in natural language, or another thing is, nowadays, pretty much, I think any car out there has voice recognition. You want to be able to just talk natural language. Whoever corners that is really going to win big.
it's gonna. Yeah, it's. I mean, I think that's kind of where Bing is trying to do. I think I could be wrong, where they're trying to get it to where it's just, being able to have a, natural conversation and ask questions. But like you said, it gets annoying as hell sometimes when you have to ask Google or Alexa to do something 3 times because you didn't say it correctly.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And it's even worse, like when it comes to voice commands in cars, because cars have certain command words that trigger certain things. So if you say the wrong command word, or you don't remember, now of course, some cars will, if they don't know, they'll kind of give you some options what you want them to do. But if you could just talk to your car like naturally, that'd be so impactful. Now we don't have to think about that. I mean, all that additional compute that we're doing within our heads, we don't have to do that. We can put that energy into something that is more constructive, that
Mm,
is, thought that goes into, building newer, greater things, right? So I think that's going to be the big thing, is the ability to use natural language to interact with machines. I think that's going to be a huge thing for everybody, and that's every walk of life. I mean, driving, your personal assistants. There's, so many different things, like, even watching a movie. You want to just be able to ask your TV in natural language, hey, I want to watch so and so show or so and so movie, as opposed to specific words or, things like that. So I think that's really what's going to impact our daily lives, apart from the technology side of things. As far as technology goes, like I said, developers, it's making a huge impact for them. That's already happening. That's
yeah.
right now. We're in the middle of that right now. IBM is one of those companies where they are a big, big company, but they do the things in subtle ways. When Apple does something, everybody knows, right?
Right.
And it's almost like, when so we had a system where it would detect sentiment in an active call real time. So the idea was, if you're talking to somebody on the phone and the other person's getting annoyed or pissed off, the system will detect that and it will alert your manager, right? Now,
Wow.
we could plug that into different systems, right? So of course, Google, or but then, you know IBM had such a system as well, which not a lot of people had known about this, that IBM had such a system. So they were like silently building and creating this system that we were able to just simply plug in. And then over time, we found out that the IBM system was actually more accurate than what was happening with the Google system. So it's just, they do things, but they do it in subtle ways on the back end where the normal public doesn't see it. Like, for example, you might be doing something on a daily basis and you may not even know that it's actually on the back end driven by IBM. IBM just does things without making a lot of noise about it.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But yeah, so if you are in a field that is easily replaceable by AI, I think the time is now to start training.
Yeah.
It's and it's no use trying to stop it. It's not something that's stoppable. It's almost like going from horse buggies to automobiles. Yeah, there were people opposed to that, but you can't stop that.
Yeah. Some things just,
yeah,
either get on or get left behind. That's just pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like it was. I was in a customer's office, and I was talking to the owner, and in his office he had this little thing on the wall, a little a photo on the wall, and what it was, it was a horse. I don't know, you call it a driver or rider, but a horse guy with reins of the horse, and he was like, I'm never gonna change, and like below that was like an old automobile. So he was like, I'm not gonna give up my horse. Where is he now? Right now, but that's not what I thought. What I was thinking was, the company that I'm in, that's an oil and gas company. And now this electrification thing is happening. I was thinking about that. I was like, you guys are in that same situation. You're so against electrification, but hey, the efficiencies you cannot deny. I mean,
and it's coming. That's a whole nother subject. My goodness, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the guy thought that he was the other person, not the guy riding the horse, but really he was the guy who was riding the horse. That's what's going to happen. That's what happens, with this AI thing is it's not, you can't stop it. So might as well get trained and learn new skill set that where you are going to be in demand when AI takes the jobs that humans don't want to do, repetitive, over and over, those kind of mundane tasks that AI can do really well, and do it without complaining. So I think we'll end it at that. We're already a little bit over time, but think about that. And if you are in a field that can be replaced, I would say it's time to learn some new skill set. We are in IT, and we're always learning new things. I mean, pretty much every role in every company, especially technology company, we're always on a learning curve. It's when we stop learning, then we know that it's going to be our extinction. And we're always learning every day. I mean, I've been in this business for over 25 years now, and I learn something new every day. Every day. Yeah. So everybody have a great day. We'll see you next time. And hopefully this AI thing just transforms our lives for the better.
Agreed.